Okay, usually on one of these tours, I'd end up here in the broadcast booth where we do our work, but there's a wall. Yes, a wall in this building that I love so much. I want to make that the last stop on this little tour. So we're going to start up here in the broadcast booth, which is just fantastic. So much room for the TV crews and the radio and print crews down here. And not a bad perch to see the game either. As you can see, this is exactly from our broadcast location. Little off center, but unobstructed view of the ice. And the game moves fast up here in the Sioux for sure. So we love the broadcast booth, brand new score clock here at the GFL Memorial Gardens. And we love getting up here and meeting our colleagues in the north. Let's do a quick run through the building itself now and get a sense of what this place is all about. Our broadcast booth is up here with the private suites, and you can see along the walls that they've got some great performers who have been in here in the past. A look from above at the merchandise store down below. Get your Greyhounds gear. Now we'll just hustle down this hallway, head for the stairs. This is all the administrative offices for the Sioux Greyhounds and the office staff that keep the team running off the ice. It's a great picture down here on the wall too that I've always liked. Of course, you see the former Hounds teams all commemorated, and here is opening night at what was then called the Steelback Center. We won't talk about Steelback Center. It became the SR Center after that, and then most recently the name changed. The naming rights go to GFL. So I'm going to take you down these stairs. We will skip the elevator here, and I'll get my exercise. Every time I go through here, I think about the number of times I'm still going to be going through here, which won't be too many. We only come up here twice a year, and I'm starting to count down towards the end instead of the beginning of this crazy racket. So here we are in the main concourse, and you'll find this pretty similar to a lot of the junior rinks now. It's got a Guelph and Sarnia vibe to it, if you were to ask me, but great sight lines for all of the fans. On the far side, there's this Molson Canadian hockey house. I won't walk you all around because you've probably seen a building like this at some point in your hockey viewing career, but I want to point out the Molson Canadian hockey house because you know that Poper works for Molson Canadian. You know the full-time jobs that we have along with these part-time jobs when we travel the province to do hockey games. But I will just quickly come down this hallway because there is a great mural on the wall down here commemorating one of the best teams that this Greyhounds organization has ever assembled. It's a memorable one for sure, so I thought we'll at least get a look at it on the tour. And here is the 93 Memorial Cup champion team. Right in here, of course, Sherry Basson, former guest on the OHL Stories podcast, Ted Nolan, the legendary head coach. We still got to get him on the podcast at some point. But anyway, I wanted you to see that. Of course, you get your 50-50 tickets in this rink like any other rink. And I wanted to point that out to you on this little tour today. There's the Hound Pound, where you get your merchandise from this level as opposed to looking at it from above where we did a moment ago. So I'm just going to sneak you downstairs now to the event level where the dressing rooms are, and I want to show you a couple of things down there. So bear with me here as we walk back along the concourse and then head for the stairs to take us down. Just give you a sense of being inside for when you make the trip up here, because I know you want to get to every junior hockey arena, right? Exactly. So here we go. We'll head down a little bit further. It's like making an extra trip to the Sioux for me, as I so think about the few trips that are remaining in my career because I'm getting so old. Here we are now coming down to the event level. We're just going to sneak around a little bit. Of course, as you walk in, this is our media and players entrance when we come to the games. We walk right past all of these memories and all of this history. I want to swing you around back here. I know, this is like Farwell. Who cares about the Skies Jack and the floor cleaners and the Zambonis, but there is something way over on the other side. And I know the players, the teams both just finished practice, so I don't want to walk past their rooms right now, but I am just going to hustle over here because there's a great room down here named after a Sault Ste. Marie sporting legend that is also a part of our podcast this week. So check out the OHL Stories podcast if you haven't already. Just get you down here, you'll see this red carpet coming up. It's right outside the interview room that the league set up during the team, set up during the OHL championships a few years back. So they've got that all set up. It's a really nice facility up here in the Soo. The Greyhounds marking 50 years this year as an OHL organization. So I just wanted to get you over here for a look at the Angelo Bombacco room. This is our media room. Angelo basically helped bring he's a sporting legend here in the Soo. He helped bring the Greyhounds to the city. And when we go into this media room, like I said, you'll hear the story on OHL Stories this week, the podcast. But when we're in this media room, the soup ladies make sure that we are always well fed. They always check that out. This mural is new since last time we were here, but I wanted to sneak into this corner as well because you gotta love it when they've got one of the concession stands for food and beverage right down here. That's by the visiting team's room, so in this case the Rangers room, as we would head upstairs to the broadcast booth for the game. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably been a time or two some popcorn has been purchased from that very concession stand. All right, now again, I'm just gonna stay out of the dressing room area, hustle you back over here because my absolute favorite part of this arena, and it's a part that I don't think fans would get a chance to see an awful lot, so if at all, quite frankly. So I just want to take you back over there and give you a gander at it. It's just outside the Soo dressing room. You can see here, walk you out, why not, we're here. This is the timekeeper's table, and we're right at center ice. There's another look, that brand new score clock. Head back down this way. I'll take you around. These are the officials' rooms off to our left now as well, of course. Sounds like the Zamboni's coming onto the ice, so I better be careful. Keep our eyes on everything here. Keep going along. Almost back, I promise. My little legs can only move so fast here. I think at the end of all of this, you can see I did just get out on the ice to clean up after practice. I'm just going to swing around this corner to our right, and I'll show you my absolute favorite part of being in this arena is coming up right here. This wall, to me, is the highlight of my trips to the Soo. Just look at those names on their wall of fame. I'd start reading them off, but then it seems like I'm playing favorites. I think we all get it. So many. Sorry for my camera work, that's terrible. But just look at the names on that wall. Impressive, impressive stuff. So that's why we started upstairs, came down here. And that is your nickel tour of the GFL Memorial Gardens here in Sault Ste. Marie.